Hello everyone, it's Scott, and we're back today playing Gruul from Duskmourn, and this is a deck that won the Standard Showcase Challenge over the weekend on MTGO, and took down a field of 240 different players. So we're gonna play this in Best-of-3 today in Standard to get an idea of what the deck can do. So let's look at the cards in the deck. So in his creature base, we've got 4 Heartfire Heroes, we've got 4 Monastery Swiftspear, we've also got 4 copies of Emberheart Challenger, 4 copies of Manifold Mouse, 4 Slickshot Show-Offs, and a couple copies of Questing Druid to finish out the creatures for this deck. In support of that, we've got 4 copies of Might of the Meek to get trample and give our mice +1/+0. We get to draw those cards. 4 copies of Monstrous Rage, 4 shocks to deal some damage and take out some creatures if we need to. 2 copies of Snakeskin Veil to protect our creatures, and 3 copies of Innkeeper's Talent. And this is something that's really important in the deck because it activates the Valiant ability not only on Emberheart Challenger but also Heartfire Hero. Every time we put a +1/+1 counter onto one of those cards, we're getting that additional activation as well. And the final piece of our support cast is Seek the Beast, and when we cast Seek the Beast, we get to exile 2 cards from the top of our library, and we can play those cards until the next end step. So typically what we're going to be doing is playing this on our opponent's turn, and then we get to use those cards through the end of our next end step. In the mana base, we've got 6 mountains, 2 Rockface Village, 4 copies of Copperline Gorge, 4 copies of Karplusan Forest, 2 Restless Ridgeline, and 3 copies of Thornspire Verge. Alright, in our sideboard, we've got a couple copies of Pick Your Poison, 1 Ghost Vacuum, an Obliterating Bolt, a Scorching Shot, a couple copies of Pawpatch Formation, and again, just like Pick Your Poison, this is going to deal with the enchantments that we're seeing all over the format right now. We're also going to have 4 copies of Torch the Tower, another Scorching Shot, and 3 copies of Urabrask Forge in support of our main deck. Alright, so let's take this out in Best-of-3 ranked on Arena and see how it does. Alright, going first this time. We can play this. Heartfire Hero down. Let's see what they've got. Alright, also playing a Gruul deck. Attack. It's fine. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get our Emberheart Challenger down, and then next turn we'll be able to Monstrous Rage and Might of the Meek, or Shock and Might of the Meek, or some combination thereof. We'll see if they've got removal in their deck. Okay. Play their Slickshot. So that tells us we'll go ahead and get rid of their Slickshot. Okay, getting down to 10. And I chose not to go ahead and use that 3rd spell there, just in case we need to protect one of these. And also, Heartfire Hero, sorry, Emberheart Challenger's ability would have activated. We wouldn't be able to use the card. Alright, let's see what they've got here. Nothing. They're gonna activate. Alright, we'll do this. We'll do this. See if the opponent has a response. Okay, Seek the Beast. And they do get a Monstrous Rage. So that's unfortunate for us. Okay, so that's actually pretty good for us because we get a Manifold Mouse. And we'll give double strike here. And we'll see what they do here. We'll Monstrous Rage on whatever one they don't choose. Okay, that protects that, but this will take them out. Alright, so we get game one pretty easily. Let's go to game two. Alright, so with this one, I want to bring in some of these. Torch the tower. I'm going to go ahead and take out Innkeeper's Talon here, a copy of Manifold Mouse, and I guess a Heartfire Hero. But the extra removal should help us deal with all their threats. Okay, we get a shock, and we get some Snakeskin Veils to help us out, protect our cards, and we get Slickshot, so that'll be a big help for us. Okay, they're going after ours, makes sense. Okay, using that really is great for us. And now next turn we'll be able to shock anything we need to. Wow, they don't even have a play. Alright, so I'm just going to play Manifold Mouse here. It may die, but we'll just see what happens. Okay, they didn't kill it. For now. Okay, they're going to seek the beast. They get a land and a Monstrous Rage. Okay, so they play their Verge. They play Questing Druid. So that tells me that they are short on cards here, at least in terms of creatures. Out quite a bit. Give them double strike. We'll see if they'll block. They will. Monstrous Rage. And we've got a Snakeskin Veil to back it up to protect it if we need it. As anticipated. And I'm going to hold off making, because I could have done 4 more damage there, but I would rather keep Snakeskin Veil up and protect one of them at this situation. And then next turn we've got those 2 shocks if we need them. If not, we've got the Snakeskin Veil as well. So I think we've got this one, unless they've got a bunch of removal. Okay, Emberheart Challenger isn't a bunch of removal. Manifold Mouse, not a bunch of removal. So let's see what they've got here. Alright, I'm just going to kill that. So we'll see if they have protection for it. Okay, they do. Okay, and that's fine. We've made them use the resources now, and they're not going to be able to attack for enough damage to win the game. And at this point, okay, great. At this point, we'll be able to really just go through and win here. And we'll see if they block. Yeah, they realize that we've got them. All right, very nice win over another Gruul deck. You know, straightforward, just went out and were able to, you know, really execute our game plan there. All right, very keepable first opening hand here, so we'll keep this. We've got good cards to go with. We'll have to play our Verge first. Get our Heartfire Hero down, and we got Rockface Village, and that'll allow us to go ahead and play Emberheart Challenger next turn, or go ahead and plot Slickshot. And since they're doing that, we'll go ahead and plot Slickshot to get Slickshot moving. And we'll come back next turn with our Emberheart Challenger or our Monastery Swiftspear, and we'll try to get some stuff going there. Looks like we're playing the Azorius control deck. Okay, and that'll get us our green source with Restless Ridge. And we'll just go ahead and attack here. Opponent should block, but you never know. Yeah, they're just going to block. It's always interesting to see if they'll allow that to go through. They're not thinking through things. So, you know, in that situation, it's worth just going ahead and attacking there. And then next turn, we can actually do something. All right, we've got another Restless Ridge. They do have a lot of stuff here, so I'm going to play Swiftspear here, kind of get an idea of whether they have something or not. And unfortunately, Arena messed us up a little bit there because they use the one that doesn't allow us to play stuff. So we're only going to be able to do one thing. Okay, they're going to play Get Lost. I'm going to go ahead and play this on Swiftspear at this point, because at least right now Emberheart Challenger's on the board, so at least we get the benefit of Emberheart Challenger. And then I'm going to use one of these on Swiftspear. Okay, get another one. And we'll attack them, and if they block, that's fine. We'll take it out. Okay, so next turn we've got a potentially big turn, specifically. Yeah, and again, they're playing control. And we're going to play Innkeeper's Talon here. We'll play our Emberheart Challenger. Okay, we get that worked out poorly for us. But we do have next turn where we'll be able to activate the ability. Wow, they've gotten 3. That's 3, a board wipe and 3 Get Lost. So this is one of those games that Arena's deciding the outcome based on draw out. I mean, there's just nothing we can do when Arena does this. So this is probably going to be a loss for us, and it's not our fault. I mean, it's just the fact that they got, in essence, they got 5 removal cards. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. And now we're going to flood a little bit, but at least we can go ahead and get one of our... Oh, we're going to cancel that. We can get one of our ridges going. Okay, get some damage. Put it away. So that's going to be nice for us, because they're going to have to either save blockers or something. And, you know, we do have all of these map tokens, so that's going to actually help us in the long run, because we'll be able to go ahead and dig for lands later and spells, so we can hopefully, you know, get ourselves in a pretty good position to maybe one-shot them to win the game. And they're down to top decks, which is great for us. They're probably going to try to mill us here, and that's fine. Because we know if we just get a land, worst case scenario is we're doing those. They're going to self-mill. Interesting. So they can get a card. Let's see, they got rid of a Beza, one of the Restless Anchorages, and Parting Gust. The good news for us is they don't have enough mana to activate Anchorage at this point. They can activate that, and that's fine. We'll see if they attack with it, and they're going to use that to get it to 3, which is fine. And they've got a Elspeth on the top, so that's not a great situation for us. But I don't think we're out of this yet. We'll see what they're going to do here. Okay, they get rid of their Elspeth. Okay, so we get a Swiftspear, and that's pretty good for us because we're going to be able to actually play Swiftspear. And we know we've got the 2 Might of Meeks, so we'll get some card draw for us, and we'll see if we can draw a land here. Okay, Copperline Gorge, not the best land for us. I'm going to just go ahead and play it, and we're going to go ahead and do this to protect us just a little bit. And we'll get the +1/+1 counter. And we're going to go after them because we do have... We'll see if they block. They're going to block. So we get to draw. And we kill it. And I guess we'll... Since Arena didn't use yeah, this is one of the big things you have to be cognizant of with this deck, is you really got to watch how it's drawing out things, because in terms of how it's using your lands, because this should have been used as one of the map token items, so I'm going to have to really be careful on the next turn about that. Okay, they go to level. They're going to bring their Elspeth back. Okay, create a 1/1. And the 1/1's no big deal. They don't have any mana left. So we're in actually pretty good shape here, and they can't even use Jace's ability on Monastery Swiftspear because we've got the coverage there. And with Might of the Meek, we're actually in pretty decent shape. They're going to self-mill some more.
I will clear your...
Okay. And we'll play that. Play this. I'm going to use this mana so that way we... and use this mana so we don't have to worry about those things again. And let's see what we get here. What's next? And because we've got my... Okay, so we know we're going to get a Swiftspear. So I'm going to actually just go ahead and use this right now. Play that Swiftspear. We know we've got a couple more, and I'm going to use them on the ones we know we're going to get through. We get another land. And so we'll hit it there again. And now the big thing, okay, we get a Manifold Mouse. And I'm going to go here with it. And that's lethal, so they've got to block, and they block that one, so they take 10 damage. They go to 2. And it's all going to come down to whether they can board wipe us again or not. I mean, the fact that we got Manifold Mouse coming helps. And we can level up Innkeeper's Talent if we want to here to get that second activation. Or we've got our Restless Ridge to Ridgeline to help us out there. Create a soldier, get 2 cards there. Okay, we're down to 4. Okay, then now they have 2 blockers. So that's kind of unfortunate for us. Okay, let's see if they can take out Slickshot. If they can't take out Slickshot, alright, so they're going to be able to get that down to 0, which really sucks for us. We can make it 1, or we can just go for it and make it 2 and be done with it. because they won't be able to use Get Lost or something like that on it. So I'm just going to do that to hopefully win this thing. So unless I've got a 1-mana spell that can get rid of Slickshot, we win game 1. Oh, they gain life. Dang it. Stupid life gain. Yep, and they draw a friggin' amount of cards here. So these cards are so broken. This needs to be banned. I don't know why they made a card that just made you gain infinite amounts of card draw. And we'll just go ahead and double that. And literally they had no cards last turn, and now they have 5. They're literally 8 cards above us at this point in terms of card draw. So just, unfortunately, when they're designing sets, they really need to take into account how broken some things are, and Innkeeper's talent, or sorry, Caretaker's talent is really, really broken. The good news is we do have in the sideboard cards that can deal with it, so we'll bring those in to stop the ridiculous card draw from these guys. But they've gotten a lot of really good, because they got both of these early in the game, so they've been drawing cards the whole time. They just had to get to the point where they could make stuff. And we'll see what they've got here, because we're going to give Trample to our Manifold Mouses, because that's going to help us out here. And we'll probably activate Restless Ridgeline, just because it's going to help us hopefully get through some stuff. My goodness. I mean, they have no good attacks, but it's just so problematic that they just have so much ridiculous card draw that there's no way to deal with in red.
Your victory. No secret escapes my grasp.
And we lost our guy there. Yeah, I don't even give a shit. On that one, I don't care, because they were going to gain the 2 lives anyways, whether they block something or not. So the question is, are they going to board wipe us? And they're not going to board wipe us. It looks like they're not going to board wipe us, so that's good for us. Okay, so now they're at 8 life. Okay, and they... Okay, so that's pretty good for us. So let's play... Seek the Beast. Screen from that. Get our triggers here. We'll see what we get. Okay, so we get nothing great, unfortunately. Alright, so we're going to power this up. And it looks like they've got their removal. So this game, unfortunately, because of the excessive amount of card draw, I mean, they're 36 cards through their deck. And it just ridiculous how badly Arena's drawing out for us. Okay, so they're getting another card. I don't know why they didn't cost them 2 mana. I guess they can tap that. Putting more +1/+1 counters on things. I don't know how they did that. They only had 2 open mana. They can't play the ward. Oh, they got an extra one to there. So they're going to be able to cheat their way through this. And yeah, I mean, you know, it's unfortunate that Arena cheats so badly for these guys. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So we lose our Manifold Mouse because of that nonsense. No, we want to kill the big thing. We don't really care about the little thing. Yeah, and basically I just threw my cards away there because of Arena. I mean, the fact that they're literally almost out of cards at this point. I mean, just ridiculous. I mean, they have literally a full hand. Yeah, we'll use that to block. No reason to take any damage. And again, they should be dead at this point. We've done well over 20 damage, and yep, they're going to do that to us, and basically we lose at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and concede, because we're going to go ahead and deal with their nonsense with this stuff so we can get rid of things. And we're going to Ghost Vacuum too, because I like throwing stuff in the bin. And that's the stuff that we can bring in. So what I'm going to do to kind of mitigate this is Shock probably doesn't really help us here, so I'm going to take out a couple copies of that. Yeah, Snakeskin Veil, additional copies of that would have been helpful here. And yeah, we've got excess land, so I'm going to take a land out as well. And then I'm going to take out a copy of Emberheart Challenger. It gets down to 61. And we don't. Okay. All right, we'll have to keep this. I'm going to keep Ridge here because, you know, that Restless Ridge could be very important to us winning the game. Okay, and the question is, do they have immediate removal for Manifold Mouse? Play another tap land, so that's good for us. I'm gonna do this, get it to 2, draw a card. And I'm just gonna attack for 4 here. I'm gonna play a little bit conservatively because on their turn I'm gonna you know, Seek the Beast. Let's get 2 more cards. Let's see what we've got to work with here. Okay, so they're going to have that. So we'll Seek the Beast. We get a land and a Monstrous Rage. Great for us. Okay, and they level up. Okay, I'm going to play Copperline Gorge here. And I'm going to play Swiftspear. And I'm going to play Ghost Vacuum to get the activation. Give it Double Strike. And we know if they do that, we'll just give it Trample. So we can maximize our damage here, get rid of that. Do 7 damage. And end the turn. Alright, they have temporary cheating. So we really need one of our removal spells here. The good news is it gets rid of all their stuff too. I should have dropped that. I should have just gone ahead and attacked with the Ridge there because they were tapped out, so it would have been 3 damage for sure. But I'm going to go ahead and seek the beast here, get us some more cards, get a counter. Okay, that's great. Alright, so we got Emberheart Challenger, get him to 3. I'm going to assume they have removal here. And I'm going to make them make a decision on the removal before. Okay, they're going to do that. That's perfect for us. Okay, and they know we have Monstrous Rage, so we'll just kind of go from here. Okay, so they're not doing that one, so we're going to go right here. We're going to get his maximum damage through. And I could have just gone outside of it, but I want to go ahead and try to get rid of the Restless Anchorage, because that's going to just cripple them a little bit if we can get rid of it here. And the nice thing is we've got Questing Druid as a reserve piece to come in later if we need it. So unless they have a 1-mana way to deal with Emberheart Challenger, which they could. Okay, yep, so they got to cheat there. Alright, they're down to 1 though, so that's good for us. We'll play that. And we just got to attack through, and they play another temporary lockdown. My goodness. Arena tapped terribly for us there. Yeah. And that's really bad. Again, Arena decided to screw us there by tapping all of our green sources. So that's really, really unfortunate. And again, this is the second time that Arena is kind of deciding the game for us. We're going to destroy an enchantment. What's underneath this one? I need to cancel that for a second. I need to see what's underneath it. What's underneath it? Can I see what's underneath it? Okay, I don't want to do that one. We're going to want to do that one, because that'll give us what we need to win game 2. Alright, we'll try to get a... Okay, so good. We'll get some additional damage in here because of that. And we've got Slickshot here. We've got Monstrous Rage, so then we'll let them block, and then we'll get through the damage. So that worked out for us. Just a little bit too bad we couldn't have gotten Questing Druid down. It wouldn't have been a problem. All right, let's go to game 3. Yep, I think we just play it back and see what happens. Alright, going to game 3. We'll be on the draw, so put us a little bit of a disadvantage here. Oh, great. We got 2 Pawpatch formations. That's great for us. So we definitely want to keep here. And to pick your poison. So we're going to be able to deal with anything that they're bringing in to kind of slow us down here. Alright, and I'm actually going to do this, make them sacrifice the artifact so they don't get the life gain out of it. The 1/1 I'm not really that worried about. And then what we'll do is we'll load up our slick shots over the next couple of turns. And we'll have that Emberheart Challenger to go with them. Okay, and they're drawing cards to look for answers, so that's good for us. Getting that 3rd and 4th land here would be really helpful in the next couple of cards here. Mill themselves.
We
Draw
can
card.
improve upon your ideas.
They did get rid of a bunch of lands there, so that's interesting. And I could have taken out Jace there, but I think waiting is just the better answer. We want one big turn where we're going to do a bunch of damage. And generally how I play this is I wait until they're basically tapped out before I play these two. I'll play the Emberheart Challenger and other things first, but I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm going to lose because of that. Okay, good. We got another land. So that means we can do 3 things here. And let's get some card draw. And I'm doing this partially because I want to give that trample so that it's going to get through damage. We're going to lose that, but that's okay. And we know if they have a temporary lockdown, that's not terrible for us. Block. And having the shock here actually might have relevance because that's going to get us some more damage through. Plus, it gives us 3 instants to play if we don't have to deal with a, you know, and we can obviously use Pawpatch Formation if we need to. Alright, they're going to temporary lockdown, not a problem. Kill that. And then I think we can do lethal. Assuming they don't have a 1-mana spell here, we're going to get perfect amount of damage through. So if they have the 1-mana spell here that messes us up, then we won't. But yeah, okay, Elspeth's Might. But it brings them to 1, and now we have a shock in hand that can win the game. So I think we've got it on the next turn, but we'll have to see what happens here. Nope, we don't. Beza's going to solve that problem for them a little bit, but they're tapped out, so that's the good news for us. All right, we got another Slickshot, so we're good. We're in business now. All right, and we'll go ahead and hit here, draw a card, see if we can get a land. Oh no, Arena messed us up, but we survive. We got enough damage. You know, Arena really does not know how to tap Ridgeline, the village at all. It refuses to tap that for anything. Playing first. Alright, good opening hand. We'll go with it. We'll get our Emberheart Challenger down. Emberheart Hero down. Our Heartfire Hero we'll put down. How about that? And we'll see if they'll sacrifice their Veteran Survivor. Okay, so that one doesn't really matter for us, and we can go ahead and eliminate it with a shock next turn if we need to. Let's see what they've got here. If they're going to go ahead and activate. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and activate right away. Alright, they find something. Okay, they're going to be able to exile that, but we'll just go ahead and hit it with shock. Right, get a Verge, so that helps us out just a little bit, so that means we can get this down. Get that double strike, and they will block. Go ahead and give it trample. And Tower activation. We'll go ahead and take out their veteran, so wipe their side of the board clean. And they go ahead and concede game 1 to us. Alright, so I'm not sure what deck they're playing here, but we'll go ahead and bring in a couple copies of Torch the Tower, just to help us out a little bit here. And I'll take out one of our mountains to get us down to 20, and that should be, we should still be okay because we're bringing in 1 mana cards. We'll mulligan that. Oh jeez, this reminds me of the last game I played where we pretty much lost because we weren't really able to play. And I'm gonna keep Torch the Tower because we know they're playing little stuff. Well, yeah, I've got to keep both creatures here. Spyglass Siren. We get another Monstrous Rage. Okay. They draw a land, play a land. Let's see what they do here. Heartfire Verge. And I think I'm just going to play Heartfire Emberheart Challenger here. We'll attack with it. Probably not going to block. And this sets us up next turn. We've got Monstrous Rage and Torch the Tower. And we can hit Emberheart Challenger with Monstrous Rage to get an activation and get a card to look at. No. Well, that didn't work out well for us. Let's see if they'll block. And I'm going to go ahead and Monstrous Rage here to get them down to 13. And we'll see if they tap and use their unidentified hover ship to attack with. If they do, if they don't have a counter spell, then we'll be able to go ahead and exile that and take it back. Okay, alright. We'll go ahead and attack here. We'll see what they do here. Okay, they're going to crew that. Okay, we'll immediately Torch the Tower. Let's see if they have a counter spell. If they got a counter spell, then this is not going to go well for us. But if they don't, then we'll get our Heartfire Emberheart Challenger back, and that'll be great for us. We get to Manifest Dread, which means we get a Slickshot. Even better. Okay, play their Werefox Bodyguard. I guess they're gonna. Yeah, so they've gotten a lot of removal so far. I guess we're going to have to go to more removal in game 3 if we can't beat them. But having to mulligan twice really hurts us here. It's just so hard to play when we're down that low. Okay, that helps us out a little bit. Now, on their end step, we'll turn his face up. And unfortunately we get more land. I'm not even going to play it. I'm going to go ahead and attack for 1. And if oh yeah, they've got us now. We're just out of luck. Really unfortunate there. They got multiple removal things. So now we know what we need to do here. We've got to go ahead and do that. And we can even bring Pick Your Poison in. So I'm going to take out the Questing Druids. I'm going to take out an Innkeeper's Talent. And I'm going to take out a copy of Manifold Mouse. But now we've got 10 removal cards in the deck. So that hopefully will get us to a point where we can do what we need to do. And hopefully we'll be able to play immediately. We get a decent hand. Alright, this is decent. It's playable. We'll keep it. Okay, we'll attack here. If they block, we'll go ahead and Might of the Meek. Okay, we'll play Ridge. Invasion of Gobagon, which means that our Emberheart Challenger is going to cost us 4 now. So that's unfortunate. I kind of messed that up by playing Ridgeline there. But they might take Innkeeper's talent too, so we'll kind of have to see which way they're going to go here. Okay, they take that. They're going to go after Gobagon. Okay, that leaves the door open for us, which is great. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get Innkeeper's talent down. And I am going to level this up, so that way we can get our Heartfire Hero to 3. And it has now Ward of 1, which helps us out here because they've got to have, for what they've played so far, they need extra mana to be able to deal with Heartfire Hero, so... Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do this. See if we can get something useful here. Okay, we get a... Good. I'm gonna put that there. They both now have Ward. And we'll let them decide if they're going to block or not. Okay, they're not. We'll hit it with Monstrous Rage. Okay, get him down to 5. And now we'll see what happens here. Because the good news is we can give either of them trample, which puts us in a really good position. Okay, so they could go after one of them now with one of the 3 mana removal spells. Okay. They're going to go after Swiftspear. That's okay. We've got another Monstrous Rage. Since they're tapped out, we'll be able to, even if they double block here, we've got them. Alright, we got them. Alright, cool. Alright, and that's a great situation for us because we were at 10 there. Even if they had blocked with both of them, we were still going to do the 5 damage you need to win the game. So that turned out pretty good for us, given the little bit of a clunky start that we had. Alright, we're back for a post-game wrap. So I ended up going 3-1 with the deck. So I think the deck is in a really solid place right now. And it'll be interesting to see how many copies of this get registered for World Championship 30 that's coming up over the weekend. But it beat the Azorius decks, and that's really, to me, telling where this deck is. If it can beat the control decks, we're in a pretty good position. And overall, 80% on the play, 50% on the draw. Those are good rates, 75% win rate overall. So I think this is a deck that's definitely a contender for the best deck currently in Standard. Thanks for staying to the end of the video. Remember to like and subscribe to get further content like this throughout Duskmourn House of Horror Standard Season. Thanks. I'll see you next time.